So the movie opens up with this white girl running full sprint down the street in her drawers. People going, "Honey, are you okay? Hey, Sally, you alright?" What do you think? I'm running down the street in my drawers in some red high heels. Of course everything's okay, typical Tuesday afternoon. The hell you talking about? As this woman is then running away from the invisible threat, she finally uses her brain and jumps in her car and drives full speed to the beach, in which she curls up in a ball and finally answers her phone to tell her dad, "Oh, I'm sorry for being such a little shit." And then bam! Dead white woman. I don't think legs are supposed to bend that way. Gave her a case of the bonitis. Raptor legs. You get what I'm coming with this? You get it? We are then introduced to our main character, Jay, as she cleans this dirty ass pool with one leaf in it. And then watch as she look, murk this ant like, "Get some." Take that, ant, piece of shit. She cute, but she ain't all bow, 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 you know? She ain't like bang, bang. Then we jump to Jay on a date with one of the sexiest men on the planet, in which then she gets so bored with the sexiest man on the planet that they decide to play games in line. Really? You that bored? I could just stare into that man's eyes. Yeah. After they're playing their game for a bit, she then notices that the sexiest man alive is now dubbed the craziest man alive, because then he starts seeing white girls in sundresses, freaks out and says, "Oh, I don't feel good. We gotta go. But let's go to this diner and get something to eat, because all of a sudden I'm fine and want to chill at this diner by the window. Is this Denny's? Are you paying? Oh, yeah. You better be paying." Then the scene changes to sexiest man alive leading our main character into the woods, you know, because white people do shit like that, for a romantic date by the creek, in which then things start to get a little hot and bothered. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Man, I've seen more hardcore shit on public television. I mean, come on, man. Ride the Hell Retribution had more believable sex scenes than this. Get into it, lady. Come on. Give us the good stuff. As she lays across the seat, she reminisces how not hardcore and how awesome that sex wasn't. And then home dude comes by and just gives her that narcoleptic armpit. Looks like he was smothering her with a piece of bologna. Jay then wakes up tied to a wheelchair, in which then boy toy number one explains to her that it is coming. And he's like, "No, you gotta see it to believe it. Here it comes." And then from the distance, we see full frontal nudity. But it's too far away to determine if I should be excited or disgusted. Because, you know, sometimes it's just gross. Just gross. A very powerful scene then plays out as our main character is looking at herself in the mirror in her underwear. Like, "Oh, man, what is wrong with me?" And then she. Yep. There's a genre in there. There's a genre in there. Yep. Still a genre in there. Wanna scare me? Bring your grandma over. You want some pie? No! As a matter of fact, I do want some pie. Is it pumpkins? Apples? After her ghostly encounter, she decides to go get ice cream, because that's what everyone does after their life is threatened. But at this ice cream shop, her best friend Paul and sister Kelly work there, in which she then explains to them what's going on. Paul then, wanting to be the hero, is like, "I'll stay over. I'll protect you." I don't know about you guys, but if you have the strength endurance of a f***ing pool noodle, I don't think Paul is gonna be much of a threat. Jay then goes downstairs with Paul to just discuss with him how they're just so damn boring. "Oh, Paul, you're so boring." "Oh, Jay, you're so boring too. Let's be boring together." "No, you're gross." In which then, crack! They hear glass break. Paul then runs upstairs to check on Jay's sister, because you know that's who he was there to protect in the first place, and leaves the target all alone, failing his job. He had one job, Paul. One f***ing job. Jay then herself goes to see what the sound came from, in which then I see one of the most disturbing pictures I've ever seen in my life. I don't know, maybe it was the piss or the fact that her teeth was missing. It was, you just gotta look at it. There's no way I can explain it more than that. It was, oh man, it was gross. It was pretty gross. As she screams and runs upstairs, Super Paul, not doing his damn job, takes forever and 1,000 fucking years to go see what's wrong with this girl. Cause you know, the conversation with Kelly was so important that his screaming best friend is just not a priority anymore. It is finally in the house. It's finally here. And what does Paul do? He grabs a fucking mop. Oh yeah, I'ma be a hero. Let me get this mop. You scared of my mop? Nope. Well, back to the drawing board then. Let me go grab a banana or something. They then forget their friend Yara is outside the door. She bangs, she's like, let me in, let me in. They're like, all right, come on in. And then bam! Lurch. Pops the up. Yeah, that scared me too. I mean, it's just weird. You see how big that dude is? Holy shit. That was a big ass dude. Look at it. Fucking huge. It's not gonna follow me here. Let me sit on this swing set and just wait for the inevitable. Like my taxes. Just wait for it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. What are taxes, by the way? The mystery squad then puts their brains together to decide to go look for Hugh. So they go to his house, they show up, and the place is just a raggedy mess. They then find some old porn magazines and a lot of tissues, which then gives us prime evidence that Hugh is f***ing nasty and a caveman. Come on, man. We have the internet for that shit. So by following a couple more clues, they find out that Hugh's real name is Jeff. Oh, Jeffrey. They find Jeffrey's house and they meet him, in which he then gives them more plot. He says, you gotta bang someone to pass it on. Just, come on, you're a girl. It should be easy. I don't know about you guys, but like randomly sometimes in this movie, you can see it like following close behind randomly. I always think like, do you ever think it gets bored? Like, oh, I'm gonna get you, bitch. Oh, she got in the car. Damn. I'm gonna catch you eventually. I'm getting there. It then cuts to them all hanging out at the beach. I don't know if this is the same beach that the first woman got wrapped her leg at, but they're all just hanging out, drinking beer, and oh shit, it got there. It then grabs her hair like it's about to braid it, and then Super Paul jumps to action. Bam! Hits him with a chair. And then it is like, the fuck did, bam! Just hit him back, flew like 20 feet. I forgot to mention that earlier in this movie, Jay was practicing her shots, you know, shooting at stationary targets from a few feet away, in which she then shows how well her practice paid off and misses all these shots 5 feet away. It then gets dangerously close, in which Jay flees frantically, jumps into a car, and goes full speed, leaving her friends behind. Oh wait, a car backs out. Oh wait, a random cornfield. Oh wait, damn, I'm knocked out. Fucking cornfields, always getting in the damn. It's a cornfield. What the hell? Cornfield 1, J 0. We then cut to the hospital, in which Greg then volunteers to be the hero to get all the puss. Now, this scene traumatized me in many ways. Firstly, she's totally not into it. Like, Greg is like, yeah, like he's tearing it up. And then she's just laying there like, oh, I wonder what's on Nickelodeon right now. Like, come on. At least act like you feel it. And secondly, I saw this movie with Vash and his mom. Now, I'm sure you guys can imagine how f***ing awkward that was. Weird. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think any piece of ass is worth my life. Superstitious or not, man. Death and Tang, or being alive to see the next 2 Live Crew concert. Man, I picked the latter. I don't know why I found this part funny, but like after Captain Man-Meat wears out Jay, it like zooms in on Paul's face like, how dare you f*** my girl? How dare you? It was mine. After a couple days pass, it finally catches up because you know it was f***ing around hanging out 7-Elevens drinking Slurpees or some shit. And it shows up and it goes after Greg. Woo! Who would have saw that coming? Jay then goes to see if she can save Greg, in which then Greg is literally blue by his mom. Might I add again, I saw this movie with Vash and his mother. Can you imagine how awkward that shit is? God bless his soul. Glad it wasn't my mama. Cause damn, that was gross. Jay then escapes and jumps into her car and just drives into the woods. It then cuts to her sleeping on the hood of her car. Cause you know, white people do that shit. The film then cuts to Jay and Paul having a cute conversation in which Paul is like, why did you pick Greg?
Why, Gregory?
Maybe because you're a fat pussy and I didn't want to kill you and give you a damn death sentence, jackass. And plus, Greg looked like he can pull more ass than you. This thing will probably catch you and kill you and come back to me in a couple weeks. Be thankful, Paul. Shut the fuck up, please. The mystery squad then comes up with another plan in which they jump in their car and leave. As they're leaving, there's an old butt-naked man on the roof. Warning, guys, there are dicks in this movie. Full-blown male old man nudity. Like, I don't know if that was it, or did Grandpa just forget to take his medicine again this morning? It was gross. Like, seriously. Why? Hey, I'm gonna be butt-ass naked and just sit up here on top of the roof. I could just imagine the director going like, yes, I want him to be nude. It's less powerful without nude. So here's the plan they come up with. They're going to lure it into a pool with Jay, in which Jay will get out and they will push various electronics into the pool, killing it and saving the day. They then forgot that old boy toy told them that it's slow, but it's not stupid, and the plan goes from 100 to shit instantly. Paul then tries again at his crappy heroics and ends up shooting Yara in the leg, while it is just throwing toasters and shit at Jay like a f***ing baseball pitcher. Like, goddamn, he's like, ugh! Like, he's just throwing stuff. Hit her, I think he hit her in the head with a steel chair? Just threw a fucking steel chair and knocked her out. Like, where did he get his aim from? Kelly then throws a blanket over it, in which then Paul puts a bullet in his ass. It falls in the water, and then starts going after Jay. Cause you know, last time they shot it in the throat and that worked out too well. So as it's grabbing her on her leg, Paul goes, a 1, a 2, a 3, and ends up hitting it right in the top of his skull, killing it instantly, filling the pool full of blood. And for his heroics, Paul is then finally rewarded with some of that good old delicious death ass. Cause you know, her ass already didn't get one guy killed in this movie. Thank you, Paul, for your sacrifice. You f***ing mook. It then shows Paul driving by a couple of hookers, you know. I guess his plan is to just spread it like that. Just time keeps on, do. Just go ahead and spread it. I don't know. That's the only way he'd be able to get some ass anyway. The movie then closes out with Paul and Jay holding hands as they walk down this long road on the sidewalk, in which then something behind them is following them. Ooh, boom, credits. Scariest part, credits. Did Paul save the day? Is it still following? Tune in next time. Oh no, wait, don't tune in next time because there isn't a sequel. This is it. This is just how it ends. It's over. That's it. Go home. And well, guys, that's It Follows. Are we done? Oh, thank God. God, man, don't make me watch that shit again. You know I have problems with looking at naked old people. You didn't tell me there were dicks in this movie. You dick. The f*** you mean I got to see some titties? It overlaps with the penis. You lied. You said there was no wang. Can we watch something happy now? Teeth. Teeth sounds fantastic. We're gonna go watch Teeth. Woo!